Welcome to the Brown Spade Podcast Show. Today, uh, I'll be doing something a little different today. Cut this, adjust this mic. I'll be doing something a little different today. It's a reaction, but it's minus the video. It's just strictly audio, and it's just a footage of an interview um, from this woman. Her name is Tacarra Williams. So personally, I want to thank you. Um, what's up, Jay White? What's up, Jay? Her name is Tacarra Williams. She's 38 years old. She's been married, divorced, and now she's remarried. But what I admired about this lady during her interview, also let me say she's a comedian, she's a motivational speaker, and she's she was a plus size model. So again, this is like a reaction minus the video. And again, I just want the Brown Spade family to chime in. I just want to hear your comments. And this is coming from a woman's view. And again, I'm not saying this to try to bash women or anything like that. I want to see you win. And I want to, because if you win, we win as a community. But we have to humble ourselves and we have to reevaluate our thoughts if we want to a better community. So, but anyway, before we begin. Okay, so now before I begin, I also want to say this young lady, she got interviewed on the podcast show called The Fallen State with Mr. Jesse. So I just want to say where this information comes from. And again, I'm just trying to extract some things that can help us out, when it comes to our community, because we definitely need help in that area as a community. So let's begin. Let's listen. And for those who are here on the live, please feel free to chime in.
The truth is you want a high valued man, which is fine if you want him, but does he want you?
Nice.
And if he doesn't want you, then your expectations are too high. You're not being realistic with your standards and boundaries for a relationship, because you want this high valued man who makes six figures and he's over 6 feet tall and he's got to be handsome with this amazing body. And here you are, overweight, obese, 3 kids, living with your parents, no education. Is he looking for you? And if he's not looking for you, then you're not being realistic with your expectations, because there are a lot of good men out there who are interested in you that you are passing up because you're not being realistic.
Amazing.
And it's oftentimes because you idolize relationships on social media and you're looking for that.
On my radio show, I have these biblical questions that I put out. And this week, the biblical question is, what do men and women want from each other? What do men and women want?
I can only say what I want. No,
yeah, you're right about that.
Can we curse on this show? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you can. Curse? I've had some curses.
Okay, men are simple. They want to be fed. They want to be fucked, and they want fairness. That's what they ask for. They're not asking for equality. You sleep with them good. You make sure that their bellies are full, and you be fair.
Yeah,
that's what they want. Women want everything.
Amazing.
We want good sex. We want to be fair. We want equality. Women want so much, and it's just unrealistic. Women want things that we don't necessarily deserve.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Men are simple.
Yeah, very simple. So how does your husband deal with you?
Well, my husband is he's a master life skills coach, and he's a relationship specialist. So agree on a lot of the same things. This is how we met, which is one of the reasons why he pursued me, was because I posted a video up just talking about how much I support men. And I know we praise women all the time, but this is an opportunity to praise men. And I see you guys working and taking care of your kids and going back to school and just trying to better yourself and being the best. And if nobody tells you today, I see you. And he saw that video and fell in love. And we met and we talked, and when we talked for like 7 hours on the beach, we have a lot of the same, we see things the same.
Right.
And I think one of the reason he deals with me is because I understand what his need is. So because I know what his need is, I can decide whether or not I can give him that. And then he understands what my needs are. And then he can decide whether or not he can give me that.
Amazing.
And once we came to an agreement, then we moved forward.
So do you ever wake up some morning just mad about nothing?
Yes, today. 5 minutes ago. I do wake up sometimes and just be mad at, I think it's always something. I think that a lot of times we have healing to do and we don't heal. And we wake, and sometimes those things come back to us. And that's like a woman, you'll be like, she's angry for nothing. She's angry for something. She probably doesn't even know what it is.
Yeah.
She probably, something happened and she got triggered. And she can't express what it was or why it was. So she's just angry about it. So sometimes I do wake up in a bad mood, but I go right back to sleep and wake up again.
And so how does he deal with that when you're in a mood?
He will ask me what I need. He says, he'll say, what's wrong with you? And I'll say, this is me. Ugh. And he goes, what do you need? And in that moment, it gives me an opportunity to say what I need. Sometimes I just want a hug. Sometimes I need 5 minutes to myself. Sometimes I want a peanut butter jelly sandwich. It just depends. But he acknowledges that I'm not okay. And he also asks, he offers a solution to, what do you need? And then what do you need from me?
Nice. And so would you consider him alpha male or beta male?
Alpha.
Alpha male. Is he the head of you?
Yes.
He's the head.
Yeah.
And you have no problem with that?
No.
Wow. Rare.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Yeah.
So when you were growing up, were you closer to your father or your mother?
My father.
Oh, well, that answered the question there.
Yeah. And he's alpha.
Yeah. Because when boys and girls grow up close to their fathers, they tend to be alpha.
Yeah.
But if not, they tend to be beta.
Yeah. It's weird because my husband's dad passed away when he was really young, and he's an alpha.
Yeah. Was he beta? Do you know if he was beta at one time but overcame it?
No, he's a Navy veteran.
Okay.
And he said his dad passed away when he was really young. And as he was growing up, he wanted to know what it was like to be a man and to do manly things. So he said he watched movies and he was always on the internet. Just like, how do I be a man? Oh, I open the door. Or I should do this, walk on this side of the street. Or, I should be paying for the first date, So I always ask him, how do you get this way without your dad?
Yeah.
And he said, if there's any information you want, we live in a society where we can learn.
Nice.
Did,
So are you surprised you were fortunate enough to get a man like that? It's rare now.
Was I surprised? I want to say no. I think other people are surprised because I'm divorced. So this is my second marriage. And I have kids already, and a lot of people are not. They just feel like once you have kids and you're divorced, it's over. And you're just going to have to settle for whatever man, you can get or whatever man wants you. I don't believe that I can have any man, but I believe if I present myself the right way and I have the qualities that are necessary, I can get the right man.
Absolutely.
And part of that is being submissive. A lot of women aren't submissive.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So you're married, your second marriage. Were your children upset that you brought another man into their lives that were not their fathers? Their father? Yeah.
I think they were a little taken back because I was single for 4 years.
Yeah.
And it was just me and them in the household for 4 years. So they're still adjusting to it because we just got married. Like we're newlyweds still.
Oh, okay.
But it's a process. And I think it's important that because my ex-husband passed away.
Oh, I see.
So I think it's important that there is a male figure in the household, especially for the girls.
Yeah.
I think it's important that girls grow up around a male figure who is a positive influence on them. If not, then, you know, they could definitely turn out like a lot of the other. Not saying that it's always needed, but just saying for me, the way I grew up, there was always a male and a female in the household.
Yeah, because normally kids don't like step parents, whether it's the mother or the father, because they're so yearn for their father, their natural father, and no one else can replace that. And then when a woman bring another man into the family, or a man bring another woman, the kids don't like it because it separates them from their parents even more so.
Yeah.
And so they become upset about that.
I think kids just don't want another adult telling them what to do.
Yeah, that too.
It's like I gotta listen to my mom and my dad, and now I gotta listen to you telling me. So I think that's it. But I think it's also, you know, depending on their age, it also depends on the ages they are too.
Okay. So anyway, that's just a little small segment. And again, I'm not going to be on here long, but I thought that it was a good interview. Again, this is on the Fallen State with Jesse Lee Peterson. He's known to agitate people and piss them off, but she held her composure. She was very humble. She was very feminine. She was very honest. I admired her for being transparent. And I appreciate her coming from a place of vulnerability, because a lot of times now these days, you know, females don't want to be considered vulnerable. They look at that as a sign of weakness and strong. I mean, they want to be strong and stuff like that. So, so I think she came from she was coming from a place of honesty with her truth, her experience. Another thing I liked about the interview, and again, you guys can go on a Fallen State. It's like over an hour long. That's just a small segment. But she also understands the presence of a male. You know, what'd you say? Jeremy said. Let me see. Yeah, she was a woman designed to be right. So she understands her role as a woman, even though she's a career woman. You know, again, she's a established comedian, so she's making a decent amount of money. But she understands her role as a woman still, so she's not letting her titles get in the way. And I think a lot of times the sisters let their titles get in the way. And like I was saying earlier, she also understands the presence of a man. And so she went out here, even though she got a divorce. She did escape that proverbial wall, but she found her husband. So I admired her for that. She wasn't talking reckless, you know. She wasn't talking masculinity. And if you get a chance, like I said, just check that out. Again, I wasn't going to be here long. This is just a small little segment. I just had to give her some acknowledgement, because if I see something that spark me or get my interest, I try to share it. So anyway, shout outs to Jesse Lee Peterson and Miss Tacarra Williams. That was a really, really good interview, and hopefully we both, male and female, can get something out of this. But again, I wasn't going to be on here long. It's just a small little segment. On that note, peace.